Happy Chainsaw Man Day! It is time yet again for more Chainsaw Man. This week is chapter 163. So, without further ado, get your goddamn flip books manga up. You know what you gotta do in order to read along with me, the Breakmaster. And with all that said and done as well, my thoughts so far. When I'm going to go into this chapter, I'm hoping that there's just more information that is being revealed about the whole situation that is going on when it comes to this dismemberment of Mr. Dingy himself. I love to just see more interactions when it comes to this cast of crew, because the cast of crew members are pretty freaking nice, and Quan Chi is now there as well, so maybe there could be some more hilarity just based off of that as well. I'm just looking forward to some of the more character moments, if there is more that we're going to be getting into, because just we need to keep constantly developing things, and also just develop going forward into this Nostradamus prophecy. So those are just all the thoughts that I got. I don't know what y'all thinking, but this is what I'm thinking. So again, get your manga up, get it going, and let's go ahead and read some Chainsaw Man, baby. I hope you're ready. All right, Chainsaw Man, chapter 163. It's called Dream Balls. Interesting. Interesting chapter. Is like the ball gonna drop? What we gonna do here? I thought so too. She seemed like the kind of girl who'd never date or any of that. Claims that the government misused funds for the devil damages reconstruction tax to purchase friendly devils. Okay, then. So the question is, do kissing and sex both count as adultery? Wait, what? Wait, what are we talking about here? What is this news talking about here? What are we doing? I mean, maybe? Who knows? God. It's like I'm living in a completely different world than last year. I mean, it's, again, see, this always so weird. Are we actually going to get perspective on the actual world? I'm very curious on this because, like, this is something I've been asking for a while now when it comes to just the common person that lives in Chainsaw Man's world, right? Like, how do you navigate through living in this type of environment? And then when it comes to the normalcy of that environment, like, are they really just okay with the status quo of just, you can die at any time? I mean, technically speaking, in the real world, I can too, but like, there's a much higher risk of death and destruction by the tomato devil out of all devils. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many factors that can come into this, and it just it's interesting. I don't know if they're gonna go that deep with it, but I've always wanted to actually have a more of an introspective type of chapter. Honestly, a kind of chapter I would want to see is similar to an episode I saw in A Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell had a whole episode. I think they're just talking about a case, if I'm not mistaken, about, and then in that case kind of delved into the spirit of like of the body, you know, when it comes to the shell of the body and everything. And it was a whole interesting conversation that was 23 minutes long, and very introspective in that way. And I feel like Chainsaw Man is in need of something like that, especially given how the world is. But I digress. I doubt they're going to do all that, but this is just the thought process that came to mind reading this right here, especially considering this looks like a regular citizen. So that would be cool to have a moment like that. But will we get that? I don't think people would even want that, simply because it's nothing but dialogue. Like, that would probably bore the crap out of a lot of people. You know how people are. They just want to see action. If there's no action, then the chapter is no good. I mean, that's pretty much it, unfortunately. I don't agree with that. But look, development is necessary. All right. I'm the only one who can't sleep at night because I started shaking from suicidal thoughts. I mean, there's a lot going on with that. Yes. I mean, again, the world is trash. So, I mean, look, my mom hasn't taken a single step outside since that happened. She says she can't trust anyone anymore. She started believing all these crazy conspiracy theories, but, you know, I'm no genius either. I could tell there the truth ends and the lies begin. Why does the text look like this? Like, I don't know why, like, what kind of font they're using here. It's kind of weird. I mean, the E, I don't know. It is what it is. I keep asking myself, who's to blame for all this? Okay, this man's out here feeling it right now. I don't know. He's looking at the news right now, and he's starting to feel it. He said, "Oh boy, that's me for real. That's me for real." Let me stop. Hey, Ace, my brother, how you doing? Thank you for coming up in here, man. I appreciate you. All right, see. When it was decided that I'd be on TV today, I knew that the person responsible would be watching this too. So I made up my mind to say this one thing no matter what. And she got this mad look on her face. She about to start spitting on everybody. She about to start telling y'all the truth, the gospel truth. You know, how the Rock be saying it? Let me lay out some gospel for you. You know, that's what's about to happen here. What's she about to say? Kumagawa, never stop being her idol. Wait, what? Oh, okay then. That's not what I. Okay, all right. That's not what I expected. All right then. What a passionate fan. Phew. The entire Japanese population is still reeling from the shock of last week's news of idol slash reporter Kamagawa's affair turned marriage. Oh, let's move on to our special guest here with us today. It's a talker. Kiyoshi Endo. See, look, so I'm saying, like, I was all getting all serious, talking about the complexities of the world, and then you had to go back to this. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, this is Chainsaw Man. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Interesting, though. Right, so this is the cause of this conspiracy theory folks are talking about. The supposed photo of Kamagawa on a date with a married baseball player. Now, let's look at the same image enlarged. See how the image resolution differs here? That's undeniable evidence of image editing. Okay, what are we doing here? Why do we care about this? It's like what is? I mean, these might be necessary dialogue for later. I don't know, but like what? All right, okay. I mean, again, editing goes a long way. Maybe this man's talking about freaking AI artwork that might come through or something, you know? This man got AI'd placed into a position where he wasn't supposed to be in, and therefore it's all a lie in the first place. Who knows? Who freaking knows? God. In short, both the infidelity and home record accusations were evident by the tabloids that ran this image. This conspiracy runs deep, folks. Thank goodness. Huh? Oh, sorry. I'm Kamagawa's fan. Okay. So? All right, buddy. That's what this man's wearing some freaking long socks. All right, go to the next page, please. All right. Even though there are still people randomly turning into monsters and several wars have broken out, a celebrity cheating scandal is the only thing on the news that you're relieved about. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this, what? There's literally so much going on in this world, but you worry about this. Why? This is like the least of your concerns. This is no matter to you at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I know it's about having some things of the mundane, but this is dumb. All right, I'm sorry. Look, I said what I said. God dang it. Come on now. Huh? That's not what I'm not being sarcastic. It's just a group of high school terrorists break out of prison and no one's reporting on it. It doesn't feel real. Like it must be a dream. That's why it's called Dream Ball. There it is. There it is. Because it's all a dream. You know what I'm saying? I had my 15 minutes of fame too once. No one remembers me anymore, and I lost an arm. I feel like I must be dreaming. Wait, everybody start having like, wait, I have a dream that one day they're all gonna notice me, senpai. What's happening here? No, you're missing the point. Yeah, that's not that. Yeah, that was really not the point here. Like, there's bigger things going on, but the news wants to cover just the small, low things. I mean, honestly, that's kind of realistic though. The news loves to just delve into like the negative of things that's going on around or celebrity gossip. There's always going to be some other distracting type of news that is going to distract you from the real things that's going on in the goddamn world. You know what I'm saying? That's why bills get passed and you don't even know what's going on. Boom, boom. Look, I'm dropping some gospel on you. All right, let's go, baby. Dingy is Chainsaw Man. That doesn't feel real either. I mean, I can see why you would think that. I mean, you know, Dinky's kind of a weird guy, so it kind of makes sense. This is the kid the devils are all afraid of. He looks cute asleep like that. Okay. Hey, your companion's taking too much time in the bath, don't you think? We're all waiting for a turn here. Don't look at me. Isn't this family's hideout? Take your complaints to her. What the heck? Okay, I'm assuming you eating some freaking mom spaghetti. Why the heck are you using your freaking hands? Well, you know about a fork, right? Like, you have to know about a fork, family. There's no way you're eating like this around other people like that. Like, I understand. You're hungry. But look, have some etiquette, please. All right, come on, come on. Just look over there. just look over there. Take your plate over here, and then this is her. She's chowing down. She's a very hungry girl. I understand. All right. Is she actually skinny or something? I mean, she can pack it on. That's what she can do. Huh? Where's your arm? Oh, huh? Where am I? Hey, he's back up, baby. Then she's back up. Let's go. What he's about to say here? He's awake, family. He's awake. Chainsaw Man spoke. You were more my type of sleep. Go back to sleep. What? I mean, you can make that happen. I'm just saying, like, for Mr. Fiend, Miss Fiend, you can make this happen. Just throwing it out there. All right. We can make him go to sleep for a long time. All right, let me stop. What happened to your arm? Your friend cut it off. Why? I don't know. We're actually calling this man your friend? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't consider him a friend necessarily. I mean, definitely an acquaintance. And definitely a man that would actually be, using him. Yoshida's not that kind of guy, though. I'm just saying, all right? Hey, I am starting a bit early deaths, though. And that's only because I do need to get out of here on an earlier end, because I got some stuff I need to do. So that's why we're starting it right here, right now. But how you doing, though, man? Welcome in. Am I dreaming? And then this man comes out of nowhere and just starts stomping. Did I miss something? No, he just came out of nowhere. He literally came out of nowhere and just starts stomping his balls in. All right, then. I guess Dinky's just never gonna have any kids, because this is not the first time. Like, this is like classic dingy Chainsaw Man stuff here. You know what I'm saying? Remember how he stepped on Aki's balls? Just saying, like, this is a ball busting type of situation all the goddamn time, apparently. All right, yeah. You mean worried about also, right? When he wakes up, it's wholesome. It's very wholesome. Also, Diego, welcome in. Very wholesome, actually. That is something that shows that he does care. I'm just saying. And then even her response was like, it could have been different, obviously, right? But that response wasn't that bad either. I'm just saying, look, they keep saying that that's your man, and that's, is that your girlfriend, yada, yada. I'm just saying, look, the ship has sailed. The ship is real, okay? They're not dreaming about that either. Granted, the fact they're all feeling like they're in a dream, what if some dream state type of stuff start happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they try to, like, have a moment of a kissing moment or something? You know what I'm saying? Like what if we actually start having progression with a relationship? Like, now you're playing around. Just saying. Okay, look. Yeah! Ruthless. Oh, best post-bath moment of my life. Really? Katana Man, you going? He came out the bath and said, all right, time to step on some balls. Yes. This is the life I live. Best time. Best ever. When did Katana Man get so jacked? Definitely didn't look like that in part 1. Hey, look, man. You had to hit the gym. You can't go out here looking like a thin man. He said, nah, I gotta get better. All right. So you've been hitting it, all right? And I hope she gets a new arm as well. I keep saying, I don't know if that would work, but I wonder if her power would allow her to, like, attach a gun arm or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Like, have some weapon to mass destruction. I'm just saying she could be able to do something along those lines because of how her abilities work. That's all I'm saying. I return both your balls to right where they belong, in your ball sack. Okay. So I could ring the dong of vengeance with my own foot. Fujimoto, why'd you make me read this? Why I gotta read that line? The heck was? So I could ring the dong of revenge with my own foot. The dong is the Undertaker's dong. What do we? I can't. Exactly. What the heck, bro? Yeah, devil arm. Let's go. Exactly. Look, there's a lot going on. Dinky was cut up, and now he's back together. And I guess he was the one that handled the balls, shipping and handling and all, apparently. And he put them back where it needs to be, so we can then step on them. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm seeing here. Now turn it to Chainsaw Man. It's time for round 3. Nope, not dream. Hey, that wasn't the deal. We agreed we only fight him after we explained everything. What she said. He's Chainsaw Man. Show some respect. And then now also over here freaking kicking balls in apparently too. All right, okay. What the hell? I don't need your human form. Wake up already, Chainsaw Man. All in his face. See? Kissing moment. Next week's chapter, look, you see this? You see this? Look. You see this right here? Next week's chapter, maybe he's gonna get hit in the ball so hard that he might pop up, boom, Naruto Sasuke kiss, bada bing bang. Look, I'm just saying. I don't feel safe with these people. What else are we supposed to go? You should have just left. Like, not even just be around. You should have just left. What do you mean, where are you supposed to go? Just leave. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what are we talking about here? I wouldn't have stayed with these suckers. Like, all right. That was a chapter? That felt very short. Interesting. Like, interestingly short. I thought there would be more to this chapter. I'm not going to lie. Not to say I'm disappointed or anything, but this definitely feels like another kind of like transitional-ish type of chapter that's just getting to point A to point B at the moment. Again, I wish, because I was already explaining this before, but I wished that we got more of an in-depth type of like analysis within how people just like live their life in the Chainsaw Man world, because living in this type of environment is very difficult. But the fact that they still worry about like the mundane things of like celebrity news, it is interesting to kind of see on that front. You know what I mean? Like, people so idolize Son of a Gun, so therefore they're always going to have those moments where they care about that more than like what we need to really be covering, which is like all this crap is going on right now. People are dying by the dozen, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about freaking whoever this guy is. Like, what if he comes? I don't know if he's gonna come by at some point or whatever the case is, but I think that's ultimately why they kind of like had that dialogue there, just kind of showcase that the world maybe just isn't as serious as we think it is. That's why it feels like a goddamn dream to everybody, because it's just like no one's really caring about what the heck's actually going on here. You know what I mean? So there's that little tidbit of information there. And then we got Denji actually being back in full form. I don't know if he's actually going to transform into Chainsaw Man right off immediately, because that's what Katana Man wants, but I doubt it. I mean, I love an explanation on everything that's going on so Denji can then kind of get caught up with what's happening. Maybe they can do some other kind of deal that will prolong this whole state before they have to fight each other. Because I'd rather them not have to go hand in hand, because there's too much stuff going on that maybe they should work together as opposed to just fighting, which they should be working together at some point. So yeah, unfortunately, we didn't see Quan Chi. I guess Quan Chi really did just leave. So, you know, there's also that too. You know, I was hoping maybe she could still like stick around just a little bit, but no, that's just what it is. Devin, welcome in. How you doing? Yoru and Katana continue to be the best haters. Their 100% haterade is on par with freaking Drew McIntyre of WWE, because like that man be hating on CM Punk like this suckers be hating on freaking Chainsaw Man. I'm just saying, like, the hate is 100% real. All right, it quenches the thirst every time we actually experience this when it comes to the hate that these suckers have here. It should have been referred as a dinky friend. Him knowing exactly who it is said, yeah. I mean, that is the closest he's got. And I was saying, like, I wouldn't consider this man a friend, like, at all. So I'm just like, I don't know about that. But it'd be like that. Oh, it's your government. Wait, what's so what's the name you typically go by there? Who I should know you, right? What's your username? So it has your full name here. Your whole government's here. Now you're getting it doxxed. What happened, bro? What happened? Do you need to go on a different account? He has no other friends. That's why he knew exactly what it is. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of sad. Like, Denki just doesn't have friends like that. I mean, Yoshida, can we consider him even a friend? I will call him an acquaintance. I don't know if I would call Yoshida an actual friend. That's the thing here. But as close as he got, like you're saying, so of course he's gonna like know, like, yeah, that's the guy right there. Denji has a very sad life. Man be struggling all day, every day, without fail. He's not even his friend. That's what I'm like. He's not even his friend. Like, I mean, unless Yoshida said, you know what, we are pals. We are pals. The heck, I'm not gonna lie, that spider emote kind of threw me off a little bit, man. Don't do that. What you doing? All right. What the heck you doing? I don't know. There's actually, weirdly enough, not too much to talk about this week's chapter. Okay, question. Is it bi-weekly again, or are we getting another chapter next week? I didn't see, so I don't know if we're getting another chapter next week. I really hope we do, given how this chapter was, where we're just kind of going through it at the moment. excuse me. I do hope that we have another chapter next week so I can actually, so we can get some more meat. Some more meat on the bones. I did ask for more interactions when it comes to like the cast members here, which is nice to see. Getting their personalities. Freaking Family over there eating nothing but spaghetti, not even really saying much. Like she be hungry all day, every day. That's why she's the freaking family devil. Like it makes sense, but like she eating like a Neanderthal. She had no fork, no knife, no nothing. All right. So, what? I was like, look, man, the emote threw me off. Oh. Okay, there's next week's chapter. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, then. All right. So with that said, guys, then, I got to ask everybody, what y'all giving this week's chapter? I'm pretty sure, Devin, you also read it too, right? I'm assuming you read it too. But overall, what y'all give this week's chapter for Chainsaw Man? I will say I probably would have to give this one like, maybe like a 7. Probably give it like a 7. 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. I don't know. I guess in some ways I'm expecting just a bit more. I will say, like, because I feel like because last week's chapter kind of did the same thing, where we're kind of just moving. Like there's very little actual information kind of going on. Maybe I'm missing stuff, possibly, but I mean, character moments are good. I will say. I just wish there's still more meat on the bone for us to kind of like have a discussion for. You know what I mean? So. 7 out of 10, not enough dingy awesome moments. I mean, I hope next week's chapter we will have that. I'm hoping next week's chapter. I mean, again, they're face to face right now, eye to eye. All they gotta do, somebody can fall, trip on them, bada boom bang. Like I said, Naruto Sasuke type moment where they kiss. I'm just saying, all right. I like my romance too. Look, I like my romance too. Okay, look. Eating spaghetti with her hands. Oh yeah, she's. Like, I don't know why she's eating like that. I should not have Asa's non-reaction to Denji. I mean, that's the thing. You have a point there. But at the same time, maybe I gotten used to the fact that I don't know, it's weird, right? Because, like, when it comes to the Asayoru stuff in general, there's a lot that we expect a better reaction for. Or even some like, inner thoughts. Something, right? Like the whole Yoru Asa, they come together finally. Like they're, like, on the same page. We got none of that, like, at all. So it's like, it's kind of the same thing here, where it's like, you would expect a better reaction, more shocking reaction, something out of this, but nothing. It's literally nothing there. But at the same time, I guess, in this instance, I guess it makes some sense that she wouldn't really care at the end of the day who the heck it is. All that matters is you need to become Chainsaw Man. That's the main thing. Like, she just needs to fight Chainsaw Man. That's what matters here. So, regardless of who it actually is, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, you expect Asa to do something or say something, or, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping maybe next week's chapter there's some inner dialogue between the two, some turmoil that happens that, hey, I don't really want to kill this guy. You know what I mean? I understand you want to fight Chainsaw Man, but I don't really want to do all that. I mean, you can't always be on the same page, right? So it is interesting. It is interesting, but also unfortunate. Do you think Fujimoto stopped focusing on as much as Asa because of some of the reaction? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised. And that's what's a little annoying. I'm hoping that, see, I don't know, it's interesting. On one hand, I can see that, but on the other hand, maybe he might not care. But it's hard to say. I don't know how he is when it comes to fan reaction. I don't know how he feels about that, especially on the Western side of things, right? I don't know how much he'll care about that as a thing. Like, for instance, Tite Kubo, there's a particular character. I'm not gonna say who. I don't want to spoil nothing, but there's a particular character that's actually supposed to die in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. But with how much backlash and fan reactions to that decision, he found a way to reverse the character's death, basically, because of what was going on with the fan base. So he decided to just keep that person alive. I don't want to say exactly who or what's going on. I don't want to spoil nothing. If y'all know, y'all know. But there's instances of stuff like that happening where the fan base happens here. But at the same time, that was on the Western audience. That was just actually in Japan. You know what I mean? So it really depends on how much influence that we even have to even do anything like that for Fujimoto to decide, let's push back a little bit. Or, no, let's not focus on that so much. I personally care about Asa at this point. She's an amazing character, a better character than Denji, like I said many times before. I don't understand the reaction, why people have such negative reactions to Asa Mitaka, given just she's a very strong personality. So she does a really good job at leading the show. I don't know. it bothers me sometimes. I was like, haters are dumb. Just saying. I don't know how people can hate her. I don't get it. Like, they gotta stop being like a fool with some of this stuff. Like, it's not necessary to like hate on this type of character, especially considering that there's so much to her. Like, I think the problem also kind of becomes is the fact that people just don't like change. People don't like change. Maybe also they don't like a female lead character. That could also be something that falls into like, you know, the category there. There are people like that, right? But I think more so than anything, it's just a matter of people not liking the change up that happened because maybe they're expecting some other type of like dingy-esque type of thing with him. Maybe there's some other growth they're looking for. I don't know exactly what they're looking for. Like, I accepted Asa pretty immediately, given how we got into part 2 like this. So I didn't really have an issue with her and them switching to a different focus and then later have Denji come by. Because remember, people are crying for like a good 10 to 11 chapters. Because until Denji came, people were just crying like, where's Denji at? This ain't Chainsaw Man. Who the heck is this? Like, you know what I mean? So that reaction is already there from the get-go. So if you use realistic with annoying, yeah. And it's unfortunate. She's a very realistic type character with a lot of her own inner emotions and problems that can be funny. Like, she has this whole running gag of her freaking tripping when things matter most. This is why you don't trust her, god dang it. So it's I don't know. Honestly, you bring up a good point with that, because I do wonder if that's what's happening with people having just an issue with Chainsaw Man in general. I mean, that's part of the reason why I feel like a lot of the fan base of Chainsaw Man has gone. Like, they're not focused or reading Chainsaw Man like they used to, because I guess they didn't care about the whole switch up of Asa. Like, they didn't care about the character like that. They didn't give her a chance for them to care about her. You know what I mean? So they just kind of like left the wayside after the fact, and it's a shame. I've been hearing that part 2 has been boring for a lot of people. A lot of setup with no payoff yet, unless they're new characters. Now, it's weird because you can't say it's funny. There's not a lot of new characters in the show to begin with. There's recurring characters like Yoshida. Yuko wasn't bad. I mean, there's just not a lot of characters in general. Actually, I'll be honest. In part 2, that has like there's like not a lot of new characters, but I can understand the elements of them saying it's boring. Even I have a bit of an issue with how the pacing is for Chainsaw Man. The pacing for Chainsaw Man isn't that great. I have to admit. And it's weird to make this comparison because this is an early on manga, so I can't. It's not really that fair to do it, but at the same time, I do like how Kagurabachi is actually setting up their chapters. Even if they have moments where they are doing dialogue heavy chapters, they still allow you to have little like character moments within that thing. But we're also kind of moving at a certain pace. Like it moves kind of quickly. I won't lie, but it doesn't feel like it's going super fast at the same time. If you know what I mean. Like, there's like this auction going on right now, but they're moving at a pretty decent pace with information, with also the action and everything else is going on with it, while keeping the art pretty well done. Whereas Chainsaw Man, there's been too much actual setup that there's very little payoff that's happening right now when it comes to, like, even with the moments, like, there could have been a payoff moment for Asa and Yoru, right? Like, I keep saying, going back to this, like, they should have had an inner turmoil or some type of inner thought, seeing within her mind how they came together to why they're working together as well as they are now. The fact that we have no explanation of that, even after all this time when she finally came back, it is weird. And that's a missed opportunity that Fujimoto did. He did drop the ball on that one. He could bring it back, but at the current standing point where we are right now, he's dropped the ball a little bit on that. I won't lie. But there's even stuff from before that time. It's like the type of payoff that you do get from Chainsaw Man right now in part 2 isn't as big as what we were getting within part 1. Like, going to the Rize arc, for instance. There's like nice little setup between Rize and Denji. When that payoff happened, because you knew it was gonna happen, it was not bomb, pun intended. It was really good for that kind of payoff. Like, we haven't got anything like that within Chainsaw Man in part 2, not in that same magnitude, I feel like. So it is kind of like slipping up a little bit, but I know he's in it for the long run. I read One Piece, so like I'm used to a massive long setup for something that actually matter, because One Piece does it all the time. Go to a new freaking island. there's going to be at least 30, 40 chapters of just pure setup before we actually get something worthwhile. But when it happens, it's a massive thing. It's not just a little one-off type of like situation. No, it's a massive situation that has implications going into other stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe he's trying to go the Ichiro Oda route when it comes to his writing. Who knows? Who knows? Man, get really popular after the hiatus of part 1, and they're not used to reading it on a weekly basis, which is also true too. That's so you can't even say weekly basis, actually. On a bi-weekly basis that you're reading it. That's honestly, that's part of the other issue I have to admit. Like, the fact that, like, again, going back to Kagurabachi has been consistent as heck. Man only took a break because of Golden Week. Like, outside of that, this man has been going the entire time. That's not necessarily a good thing, obviously, but given the type of writing that Fujimoto is doing, he would be better off doing it on a weekly basis than having us constantly wait every two weeks. Like, this, honestly, if I wasn't reviewing it, this would be a better chapter read if I was actually reading it in like a volume pace. Like if I was reading 4 chapters at a time. So I just waited until 4 chapters came in, then read it, then digest it in that manner, which I think I would have a better idea and better feeling for Chainsaw Man. I feel like if people knew this was just a monthly manga, this probably would work a little bit better. But we know that this is a weekly manga, but he's not doing it on a weekly basis. So these breaks and wait times that's happening here really hurts with the pacing and really hurts with just the reading structure that we're actually getting to. That could be the other issue. What? No, it's like a... Come on, man. God. Which is funny because Chainsaw Man pacing was a meme about going too fast, manga too slow or too fast. It's hard to find a balance, I have to admit. It is very hard to find a balance on how to keep this focus in a way where it's not just going all over the place. I don't know, Chainsaw Man never felt fast to me. Excuse me. Like, again, like what Deso's saying, it got popular at a time where there was like, what? It was already at what, like 80 chapters by that point? It got very popular at that point. So, like myself, I caught up to the manga and I was reading it. So we binge read the whole thing. People, when it comes to understanding what Chainsaw Man was, even on part 1, were very confused. I was part of the crowd at that time because I didn't understand all the implications that everything was going on with Makima, what's going on with the Gun Devil, and there's a lot that happened when things started really picking up. We were all confused, but it was a better read at the time because of what? You can binge read it. You took your time with it. Once you caught up and had to read it on a weekly basis, even if you caught up around chapter 80, then you're actually still eating because that's when everything started to actually come together and it all came to focus. Now, if I was reading it on a weekly basis when it first started, I think the pace is about the same. I don't think it's that much different when it comes to how slow and how fast things are. It's just it was easier to read at the time because there was already so much out for it. So you know what I mean? That people got to remember that they were not reading it on that weekly basis like that. Exactly. That's look. It's bi-weekly. 30 to 40 and half of them running from something. Exactly. Exactly. There's always not only them running, but they always split up too. They always split up in some kind of group, and then he has his focus when it comes to One Piece. He has his focus on over there, and then over there, and then over there, and you got like 5 different stories happening at one time. So again, I don't know how Oda does it because it could be very cumbersome to try to figure all that out and make it make sense. But he does it. He does a good job on it. Wait 2 weeks for a minute long read. Exactly. That's so. Like the complaints for why they're saying it's slow, I understand. Like I said, but again, if he can do a payoff similar to how One Piece is, we won't be saying that anymore. One Piece takes its time, but now, like One Piece is at a point where it's constantly one of the best chapter reads every week whenever it comes out, because everything has been explained, everything has fallen through at this point to where the stuff can just happen. You know what I mean? And it all makes sense from all the setup that he has done throughout the 1,000+ chapters that he's done here. So I don't know. He already is setting up a lot of stuff, and I'm just hoping that the payoffs are actually good. And I'm hoping he can do it. But as it currently stands, it can be a pain to read at times. I can see that. Yeah, exactly. Yes, though. We get the great big mom chase. Yeah, look. Yeah, let's not talk about that, right? would have been on this game since exactly. I mean, but that's the thing though. It's not just been because he's been on his game. It's because all that setup, everything he's done thus far, all is coming together now. It's finally all coming together. That's why everything just like matters, and all the now we're just getting information just being like revealed to us, like with an egghead. Like, bro, like you can't go wrong at that point in time. So I don't know if Fujimoto is kind of going in that route, or that's just how it is, but I do feel like he does need to do a bit better when it comes to its pacing. Like I've also read Naruto, I've also read Bleach, and honestly, he needs to adopt one of those series kind of pacing, because their pacing was a little bit better. That's one of the problems people always had with One Piece. One Piece always had very slow pacing, but you know, we kept through it anyways. But Naruto and Bleach always had a bit better of their pacing, and he needs to kind of adopt that type of style a little bit, because I don't think Chainsaw Man is in that realm yet at this point. But with that said, let me get the heck out of here. I will catch you guys here later today on the twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. Will be over there, and me and Anna will be streaming. We're gonna read some Kagurabachi like I was just talking about. Kagurabachi, yep. If you guys can too, can y'all like this stream? It also helps out with the algorithm, be able to push stuff out more to people so they can all join in on the discussion, and we can make sure that we can have more Chainsaw Man discussions like this one. I do appreciate it, all right? And literally said everything up to now was pro. Exactly, Desto. But thank you guys for all coming in here. I do appreciate y'all. Glad to have this bit of a conversation. That was actually pretty nice to talk about, I will say. Yeah. So, drink goddamn water, take goddamn vitamins, and I will catch you guys in like what? About three or so hours? Somewhere around there. Yeah, yes, you can clip. You actually can clip. And I can find it too. So, yeah. All right. Break out the